Hi, I'm here to bring you what I consider the five best and worst movies, Bollywood movies of 2014. Okay, let's not get started yet. Preamble. Okay, I used to watch Bollywood movies a whole lot and I dance Bollywood as well. And so, in honesty, I kind of been slipping on my Bollywood movie watching. And so when it's time to dance, I kind of go through songs that are current and popular, and I kind of pick from that, but I hadn't seen the movies. And so I kind of either go through which I watch too many movies or I don't watch any movies at all. And so in the last 3 years, I've probably seen less than 10 movies. I know, sad, sad. And I'm bringing the list. I know, forgive me. Anyway, and so in September, mid-September, late September, I started watching movies again. And so I would watch movies that came out this year. I would watch movies that came in the last, since late 2011. That's when I kind of stopped. And then also I've been watching movies on YouTube. I even watched my Netflix movie this year. I had a Netflix movie. When I checked online, they shipped it to me on July the 9th, 2012. And I just watched it. So I've been watching all these kind of movies, and so I've seen about half of the movies this year. I've been going off of Box Office India, which has like they call it like a year detail. And so they'll separate the movies from super hit, flop, kind of like going its way down. And so I've worked my way all the way down to the flops. I've seen the flops, but I haven't seen the disasters, what they call it. And there's a whole bunch of disasters. So I've seen about half the movies this year, and the only movie I haven't seen yet, which I wish I could have seen for the list, was Happy New Year. But the copy I have, it doesn't have subtitles for the songs, and I don't like to do that. It's a big movie. I want subtitles for the songs, and so I haven't watched it yet. And so we're going to scratch that one. I don't know if it's going to be in my best or worst, or it might just be in the middle. But anyway, I'm going to get started. Okay, let me just say, these are what I consider my best movies and my worst movies that I had to sit through, okay? This is not what critics would say, oh, it's legendary, it's so grand, it's so great, it's so awesome. But yet, I didn't really like it, it wasn't my type of movie. Or, you know, there's a movie that's just really terrible, but you just laugh throughout the whole thing, and so you kind of liked it anyway. It probably won't be your best movie, but it wasn't like the worst, you know what I mean? So this is my list, based on my opinion. Okay, number five. Number five, Bang Bang. I know. Please, please, don't exit now because I said Bang Bang. It has the potential to be so bad, to be so irritating, to be so headache-inducing, but yet it didn't go there for me. Now, in terms of the storyline is about Katrina Kaif, who goes on a blind date and ends up on the ride of her life, okay? Hrithik Roshan plays a jewel thief, more specifically a diamond thief. But he's not the only bad guy in the movie. There's also Javid Jaffrey and also Danny Denzampa. I've never said that name out loud. Oh. The movie looked fantastic. In terms of the storyline, they had a story, but they didn't really stick out the specifics of that storyline. It didn't flow together. It was really choppy. You kind of just had to go for the ride. There's a scene in the movie where they're driving and they're arguing. He's like, are you hungry? And they end up at a Pizza Hut. And you're like, this makes absolutely no sense. They're on the run. Why would they now go to Pizza Hut or something? And they have the cutest, funniest dialogue in the Pizza Hut that I wouldn't take away that scene. It makes no sense. And if the movie was terribly bad, you'd be so annoyed at this point. And there's even more annoyances to come, but you're enjoying the movie. Or really, I enjoyed the movie. Katrina Kaif is actually even funny in the movie. The last time I saw Katrina Kaif attempt to be funny was the Dana Dan, and she acted horribly in it. And her acting is actually really good in this movie. Even at the end, they give her something called a truth syrup, and he's fighting and he's doing all this stuff, and she's talking, rambling on and stuff. And you're like, this is stupid. But it was actually funny, it was actually cute, and I actually enjoyed it. I give this movie a 4 out of 5. The reason that my top 5 movies are not 5 out of 5 are because I don't have 5 movies that are 5 out of 5. Only 3. And so 2 of these movies, I personally rated 4 out of 5. Number 4, Highway. I loved Highway. Highway was so different, so unique. Highway is about Aliyah Bhatt, who is kidnapped by a group of men, one it being Randy Puda. And so she's on the run with him, and he's trying to sell her as ransom back to her parents. And things evolve and happen. I had recently saw Aaliyah Bhatt in Student of the Year, Dule Hum Ling Guy, fill in the blank. You know the movie I'm talking about. And so I was wondering if she was ever going to do something kind of different, kind of more serious. And this movie is serious, but not like serious and stuff. It's just different. It's just real interesting. And the thing I liked about this movie is that it made me think after watching it. I was like, why did they do that? Why did she do that? What are the motives? What made him come to this? And to me, in the movie, there are a lot of unanswered questions, which could be an annoyance for a movie as to like motivations. Why did she do that? That makes no sense. Why would, you know what I mean? And yet, the movie is slow moving, yet it's poignant, and it catches my attention. I watched the entire movie, and I enjoyed it. And can I just say, I just love Randeep Huda. I think he's so gorgeous. I think he's like, he and Emran Hashmi would get the same roles, except Emran Hashmi has the ability to look a little younger, so he can get a younger boy, whereas Randeep Huda looks like a man. Oh yes. And so I'm so excited for the more fame that Randeep Huda which has gotten over the last couple of years. His you can tell he's becoming now like the main star rather than a supporting cast member. And I mean, he's a lot more handsome than Emran Hashmi, and I love Emran Hashmi as well, so I'm not hating on him. I like him too. But Randeep Huda is just pretty, and when he like means it, he like really means it. And you look in his eyes, it's like, oh my goodness. And there's a part in the movie where he smiles, and I replay it, and I pause it, and I just stare. Sorry. I'm sorry. He's beautiful. And this connection, Aaliyah Bhatt and Randeep Huda, who looks older, and she to me always looks 12, but she always gets these bossy roles. They look good together, and they seem good together. It seemed like, of course they're different, but yet you kind of wanted it to work anyway. So I really liked Highway. I think if they had more backup characters we know more, I think I might have liked it more. But then maybe if we knew more, it would take away the mystery. And then I wouldn't be like filling in the gaps and all that stuff. But good movie. Laughed, cried, enjoyed it. Now we're getting into my top five-star movies. Number 3, Mary Kom. Mary Kom is about a woman on her way to fame as a boxer. So, I really like Mary Kom. And to tell you how much I like Mary Kom, I'm not a person for sports movies. I don't really care for that kind of action as well. And so if I'm not really enjoying a movie, I'll kind of fast forward. I'll watch it, but I'll fast forward like the sports games, like if it's a race, like still in the year, I kind of fast forward a bit. If it's like a field hockey, like Check the India, I might put it in fast forward. That's what I do. Okay, and Mary Kom, I watched the entire movie. I really enjoyed the movie, and I thought Priyanka Chopra did a great job. Sometimes I feel like I hate on Priyanka Chopra. She's good, but yeah, I never go like she's great. She's an amazing actress. Sometimes she's bad, but I always go like, oh, she did a great job. She did a good job, but I never consider her like a great actress. I don't know why. Anyway, she did a great job in this movie. Now, there's a scene in the movie which had confused me while watching it, in which she feels that they have mistreated her and made an unfair call, the judges. And she tells them, I'm Indian too. And I was like, well, they know you're Indian. And I'm thinking it's because of the place where she was born. I can't remember the city which they said. But then when they showed the real picture of Mary Kom at the end, where she kind of looks like, not Indian Asian, but another kind of Asian, I was like, oh, I get that. I get why, if like someone who looked closer to Mary Kom said that, I was like, oh, I get that. I'm Indian, I get that now. Like a Katrina Kaif said that, I would get that. But Priyanka Chopra, you're already Indian. But anyway, the movie was really good. I enjoyed all the action. I enjoyed the romance. I enjoyed the drama. And the movie had me in suspense. Like, at the end, it's very dramatic. Two things are happening. And I seriously don't know what's going to happen. You always feel like, oh, they're going to win at the end. You know what I mean? But something else is happening. So I'm not sure if she's going to, one thing is going to be successful and the other one's going to fail, or vice versa, or both are going to be successful, or both are going to fail. I don't know. It's based on a true story, so it's not like a Bollywood ending in which, everything's going to end happily and roses and butterflies. So I don't know. And I was seriously in my chair wondering, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And I enjoyed the movie. I've said that too many times. Number two is The Queen, starring Kangana Rana and Rajkumar Rao, though he really wasn't in the movie that much. Kangana stars as a woman who's on her way to get married, but she is rejected at late notice by Rajkumar Rao, and she decides anyway to take her honeymoon. Now, it almost sounds like a Lifetime Hallmark movie, Honeymoon for One. I think that's a real movie. But it doesn't take like that Bollywood effect. It is kind of Bollywood, but it's different. Now, when I heard the name The Queen, you already think of that British movie, you think of something serious. And the only thing I've ever seen of the Queen was London to Makada. And seeing her, she looked like she wasn't wearing any makeup or things like that. So I actually thought it was something serious. But no, it has a lot of fun in it. She ends up in, not London, but Paris and then Amsterdam. And she meets people along the way and she evolves as a person. I really like this movie. And it's another movie that made me think while watching it and after it about the things she was doing, whether I agreed with it, whether I disagreed, what I wanted to happen. I really liked it. For example, just saying, like, she was a person who kind of grew up on her parents, and she has morals. And so I'm not sure if I agreed with her decisions. For example, like, there's a point where she was drinking champagne, and he's like, Rushmore's like, we don't drink. But she's like, it's just champagne. I'm like, wait, but I don't drink. I wouldn't even drink champagne. Or even like the friends you hang out with. I know, because like it says, friends will influence you. Now, she was not this horrible person. She wasn't drinking through the day like the boys and stuff. But I'm like, should she even be hanging out with these kind of people? Should she be hanging out with these boys? You may think about the way I would judge people. Or even the part where she's like in this club, like a dancing club. Is it a strip club? I couldn't tell. But it's attached to a brothel. And I'm like, even though she wasn't doing that kind of stuff and she was doing her own moves, it's like, you shouldn't even be in a place like that. Like, I'm not sure if I liked the way she was evolving, but yet I liked it. I like that she was brand in mind, but it doesn't mean she accepted everything. Anyway, I'm already thinking about the movie again. I just really liked it. I really did. It made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me have strong emotions. Even at the end, I didn't know whether I wanted her to go back to Rajkumar or not. That's another person I like. Just, I don't know. I was like, ooh, Rajkumar Rao, I like him. But I didn't know whether I agreed or disagreed with her decision at the end. I wanted the Queen too. I wanted her like to accept him and then to figure out whether she could work with him, and then she rejects him and then it turns into the king. I really liked it. 5 out of 5. Number one, my favorite movie of 2014 was Two States. Two States is about a couple who meet in college, and after 3 years they decide to get married. Now they're from different states and from different cultures, even though they're Indian, and their parents don't get along. Now, to me, that's really modern anyway. Why would you be dating 3 years and your parents don't know about each other? Your parents have never met your significant other? To me, that's too modern. Anyway, loved it. That's the first thing I could say. Ali Abad was so good in it to me. And even another person who I've just gotten a crush on, Arjun Kapoor. Every time I see him, I don't recognize him. But it's like I like him. It's like, oh, he's doing a real good job. Let me wiki him, find out who he is. Find out Arjun Kapoor. It's like, what? Is it the same dude? I can't believe it. Even in, I finally recognized him in Finding Fanny. I just recently saw that. But I was calling him Siddharth Malhotra. So, but I remember seeing him in Shakazade, and I loved the Shakazade, and I thought he did a fantastic job in it. And I didn't even connect the two that it was him until I wikied it. And then this is, to me, the best he ever looked. I like the dorky, desperate, cute kind of look. I shouldn't say desperate, but he was just adorable in the movie. The acting was superb, and for some reason I can't figure out if I liked Aaliyah Bhatt at this moment. Is she a good actress? Is she not? Stunaria was not that good. I thought it was going to be a better movie. It had potential, and then it let me down in the second half. And she really didn't have that much to do in anyway. And then it's like I can never buy into Aaliyah Bhatt. I'm sorry, she looks 14 and she's bossing people around like she's 22. It doesn't connect to me, even though she's kind of doing a good job. This movie, it connected. It's like I felt her presence and I felt her character and I thought she was doing a great job and I liked the connection of these two. And this movie, Bollywood is surely getting into some adult stuff and it had its adult moments and some adult dialogue, and I thought they were both doing a good job and they had some really good chemistry in this movie. That's another movie that had some good chemistry in it. And so my eyes just went like I was in a movie or something. Sorry. The dialogue was good. I enjoyed the storyline. There was a part at the end where, I don't even know, spoiler, they break up, which you assume anyway. In every movie, they get together and there's always something, whether something stupid or something really serious in which they have to break up and they get back together. And I didn't know if the reason was good enough, but I still felt for them and I still enjoyed the movie. Another movie on which I watched the entire way through. I didn't really enjoy the songs outside of the movie, even that it's getting down, da, da, da. I don't really like that song, but I enjoyed every song in the movie while watching it. These aren't songs in which I would watch out of movie. I kind of liked but even so, I didn't really listen to it that much. But I enjoyed every song in the movie. After the movie ended, I went back and rewatched not the same day. I went back and rewatched all my favorite scenes and I rewatched all the songs. And I truly enjoyed it. So that was my number one movie. Top 5. Now let's get to the bad stuff. Now these movies were all graded 1 out of 5. I think I had 10 on the list, but these movies were the most horrendous, tormenting movies I had to sit through of the year. In general, I don't really watch a lot of American movies. But when it comes to Bollywood, I kind of will watch anything and everything. Even like if it's an action movie. Oh, here's a good example. Bang Bang. It's based on an American movie, Night and Day. I would never watch that movie. I would never. It looked horrible, but yet I watched the equivalency of it, which was Bang Bang. Number 5, Revolver Rani. I personally think Kangana Ranaut is a great actress, though she did a horrible job in Damal too. Double Damal. Yeah, she was terrible. Her acting was terrible. It's like she had no sense of comedy. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Revolver Rani. This movie was horrible. I really can't even tell you what the storyline was. I fully didn't comprehend and understand it. Don't make me try. Wiki it, or watch it. Watch it or wiki it, because you're not going to get from me. Anyway, she was a leader. She's not a leader anymore. She meets a guy who wants to become an actor. They actually, someone else finds him and they pay him to make him fall in love with her so that they could kill him and she would feel pain of losing someone she loves. But she stops them from killing him, and then they're together. And then I think the storyline left. And that was about half an hour into the movie, if I recall. And then, what was the rest of the movie? I don't know. Alright, so, in terms of acting, I do think Kangana did a good job. It's just like they didn't give enough backstory as to why she was the way she was. She was very loud and bold and I'm sorry. That's how it felt the whole movie. Like she was just screaming and she was just threatening and she was just looking me in the eyes, and they expect you to take one small dialogue in the beginning where she's wearing like this cone outfit. It's like a bra, which I think she said she gets from Italy, and it's the sad music. And she's like, when I was little, my father put a gun in my hand, and that's her whole backstory. That's her motivation of her character right there. It made no sense to me. It made no sense. I didn't know how she even got to be a leader. I don't know how she lost her. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And so the person was just confusing. I think, I bet you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The movie was just so torturous to watch. And the dialogue was so boring. And the songs were boring. They had this part in which there's an actual song. I can't remember how it goes. I didn't want to replay it. I wanted to fast forward through the song. I really like music. That's one of the reasons I do like Bollywood. I love the song and dance. Oh, there was no dance and the songs are terrible. Oh, my eyes twitching. Thinking about it, it's like I'm thinking too hard. Oh my goodness, no, 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 no. I can't think of someone who would like it. I have no problem with being different. I have no problem with being dark, but it has to make sense, y'all. Be funny. If you're gonna be bang bang, you gotta be funny. You gotta do something. It didn't do nothing. Next, number 4, Holiday, starring Akshay Kumar and Sonakshi Sinha. Oh my gosh, it was a Akshay Kumar action-packed movie, and I think they packed so much action into it, they forgot to add, I don't know, a storyline, dialogue, good songs. They forgot a lot of stuff, y'all. But they had the action. For sure had the action. Which doesn't work for someone like me who doesn't really care for action. Yes, this was a movie in which I was fast forwarding through the action. Not even fast forwarding through the action. Halfway point, I was fast forwarding through the talking. I think I had it on 0.5. Is it 1.5? For the talking. And then for the action, I had it on 3.0. Yes, I was going enough to watch it, but not caring enough to really even care. It was bad, y'all. It was bad. I've sat through a whole lot of Akshay Kumar action movies. Some have been good. Some have been bad. And this made me want to go, actually, don't make no more action. Just stick to comedy. But then when I see another bad comedy from Akshay Kumar, I'm going to say, okay, Akshay Kumar, don't do that either. Now, I will say this. The best thing about an Akshay Kumar movie is always Akshay Kumar. I think he does a great job. I think he's a good action. I love his bravado. I love his presence. Even though he's a bad dancer, I love to watch Akshay Kumar dance. But that wasn't enough for this movie. It wasn't. There's a lot of movies like that in which Akshay Kumar, you can't save that movie. It was like, wasn't there a scene in this movie? No. I'm thinking of Roddy Bator. It's like Akshay Kumar standing there in his presence, his power, and all the people are falling around him, and the rocks are broken. That's what it was. It's like Akshay Kumar was the best thing in this movie, and there was storyline on the floor. The broken bricks were songs. It was headache-inducing. I think the tagline is, duty never takes a holiday, duty never takes a break. Akshay Kumar, take a break. Take a break. I think you were the worst thing for it. What, you saved, how many people did he save? I can't remember the movie. Please, I won't even wiki it, the plot line. I think he saved one person. I think he killed 12. I hate action movies in which a whole bunch of stuff has to be destroyed. And I can't even recall if in this movie a whole bunch of stuff was destroyed. A chasing and you're getting one bad guy, but you're having so many car crashes. I hate that kind of stuff. I hate when building gets destroyed during the fight and stuff. All I'm thinking about is oh my goodness, they have to fix it back. Oh my god, even if they have insurance for it, I think that way. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's gonna take time, money just to fix that. Broke a table. That's the man's fruits on the floor, y'all knocked over. I think that way. And this movie, I think, made me focus on it. Whereas in Bang Bang, I know that happened a lot too, and I hate that. It didn't make me focus on it. It didn't make me annoyed. This movie made me annoyed about big stuff and little stuff. It was that bad. And I'm on. Number 3, Gun Day. Oh my gosh. I went to the movie theater and I can't remember what movie I saw. It might have been Doom 3, but I can't recall. And they showed the commercial for Gun Day. It looked like a total action-packed movie, but it looked really good. And it starred Ranveer Singh, whom I was starting to like. At first, I didn't really care for him. I didn't take notice to him, but then things started to change. I was like, oh, you know what? I really want to see Ranveer. I want to see him act. Ari was starting to really like Arjun Kapoor, so I wanted to see him in this type of a role. And it starred Priyanka Chopra. She's famous. She does a good job, she does a bad job. I don't know why I can't care for Priyanka Chopra. I wouldn't get rid of her. I wouldn't really say, ooh, I gotta see that movie. Priyanka Chopra's in it. But she was there. And definitely one thing about Priyanka Chopra is she's a great dancer. So this movie looked like it's gonna have songs, and I knew that she could definitely dance. Okay, this movie had songs. I didn't really care for a lot of songs. One of my favorite songs of the year was Tune Maria. I really did enjoy that song. But that was the only song I enjoyed in the movie. Now, you know how you can enjoy a song out of the movie, and then sometimes you can enjoy a song in the movie, but you don't care for it after you watch the movie. I didn't even care for the songs in the movie. Like, these songs were boring. Even that item song that Priyanka had, I don't even know what it went like, but I didn't even like it. I didn't even replay the song. So other than Tune Marie and Trian, I didn't like any of the songs. The acting. To me, it felt like they were overacting. Like they were making it a little too deep than it needed to be. It was like, and we must, and why would you do this? And it was a lot of eyes like this and talking like this, and I just want to say calm down, take a chill pill. But storyline, there was none. It was really over a girl who Priyanka Chopra would fall for, and then there's part of the movie where he does something and so he has to go away, and one of them falls in love with the girl and they're together, and the other one comes back and he feels betrayed, and you don't care, and I don't care, and it was so boring just to get this point, and it's still boring, but now there's a whole lot of action and fights, and I could care less. Oh my gosh. And the thing that made this movie so torturous was that if it starred the nobodies, people who I didn't really care for, and the acting wasn't really good, I would put it on fast forward. I really would. There's like movies in which I really know the star, but the other people I don't know. So I'll watch all the scenes with the main star. But when it comes to the supporting cast or the villain, I put that in fast forward. I can hear it like 1.5. I put on that so I can still kind of hear them, but it's still going forward. This movie, I wanted to see the acting. And so I watched every minute. It was torture. At the end, I really, when they were, the last fight, the last 10 minutes, I'm like, it's 10 minutes. I had to put that thing on fast forward. I had to. It was painful. I couldn't even sit through that. Oh my God. I felt it. Like, I felt it. I couldn't stop it because I wanted to, I at least saw the movie. And I couldn't fast forward it because I wanted to give them a chance in terms of acting. And oh my gosh, I'm having flashbacks. And that's why it's number 3. Number 2, Yarian. Yarian. The movie is about, it's about patriotism, and it's about loyalty to one's country, and about citizenship, and about hope, and about Jai Hind, and it's stupid. India's not stupid, the movie is stupid. They go to Australia to compete in these world kind of competitions in terms of college, and so they're for their country, and they have to, I think they test in important things as, okay, I'm confusing it also with Student of the Year right now, but no, Yang was even worse. I think Student of the Year was like a 2 or a 3. Yang was a definite 1. And so they go there and they have to compete in a music competition because the best music comes from India. And they sing a song. Oh, God, I don't even want to go through this movie. Oh, my goodness. Okay, focus. Okay, they're competing in a competition in Australia, okay? And then also they'll compete later on in India, and they'll go through like rock climbing, and there's a triathlon, and there's more that you don't care about. You think I don't care right now? You watch it, and you see how much you care if you had to explain this movie to somebody else. Early on in this movie, you really don't care. There's something serious, something sad that happens before intermission, and I put that thing on fast forward and moved on out. I could care less. I had no tears. I had no time. I had time, but I had no time for this. Even the song they sing in the beginning when they're competing. It's a slow song, it's supposed to be poignant. That was on fast forward. I had already put that movie on fast forward even before intermission. I was like, I am watching this movie in this way. It is not funny. It's not cheeky. It is not anything good. The only thing is, some of the songs were kind of patriotic, and I knew Republic Day was coming up, and I wanted to find a song to dance to. I couldn't even rewatch the songs. I couldn't. I had to just go forward with it. Even Sunny Sunny, and I heard that song before I watched the movie, and I already knew of the song. I really liked. Oh my gosh. You see me? Okay, Sunny Sunny. I really liked the song. I knew the song before I even saw the movie. They made that song look bad, and they made that song look boring. Like, if I watched that movie, would I even rewatch Sunny Sunny? I don't know. The choreography is terrible. Oh my goodness. Any same way? Acting, bad. Story, bad. Writing, bad. And then at the end, they had the woman, the director's a woman, so they had scenes of her, and she was really fashionable. Like, I think she had the best clothes from the movie. I think she took the best clothes and just gave the rest to everybody else. And it's like, a woman could do this. A woman, I was like, please, girl, don't take no credit for this, okay? Yes. It's like women fighting for bad rights. Women can make bad comedies too. It was not a good movie. I couldn't. I was gonna say that was the most proud I felt. Like, yeah, a woman can do it. Yeah, look how fashionable she is. Look how trim she is. And she had her baby on set. I was like, girl, don't take credit for this bad movie. Don't. Women ain't fighting for this. Whew. I made it through. I went through war and I made it through the movie. They should have had, like, at the end, a picture of me. I made it through this movie. Pride. Last and not least, the most annoying, headache-inducing movie for me this year was Fugly. It's like that movie said, "Fug me." Like, it was bad. The movie is about a girl. There's a group of friends. Now the girl is, gosh, I hate having to think of these bad plot lines. Anyway, the guy does something towards the girl, okay? It's an older gentleman. So what they decided to do was kidnap him and kind of threaten him. But on the way, they put him in the back of a trunk. Why? Just go along with it. Just go along with them. They meet a cop. The cop, played by Jimmy Shergill, shoots the guy in the trunk who they were just trying to threaten with and trying to scare. He shoots him. And now he is now blackmailing the group of friends, which I believe is 4 guys and a girl, or is it 3 guys and a girl? Can't recall. Don't care to recall. He's now blackmailing them for money. And so now they're doing stupid things to try to raise this money of a backhanded evil cop. Now, I recently saw Jimmy Shergill die in 2 movies. This was a movie in which I really wanted him to die real soon. It was so painful to sit through this movie. The best thing about this movie is there's a song earlier in the film. And I kind of liked the song. It wasn't the best song, but I kind of liked it. I even replayed it like maybe 2-3 times. I was feeling confident. I said, oh, it's kind of like a fun, loving movie. But no, it turned real serious real soon. And the joy was gone. And just because you're serious doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad movie. Doesn't mean that something's a bad movie. But it was a bad movie. And the thing about, I think the top, what is it, like 3 out of 5 movies? The thing that is horrible about them, Holiday, Yarian, Fugly, they're all trying to spit a message at you, right? Shove it down your throat so you get it. It's like, okay, stop. Leave it alone. It's like they're trying to shove this message so bad down your throat that you throw up. And the throw up, that's the movie. That's the movie because the message was their main point. This movie is trying to have a message. There's a message on, and you'll catch it, but you don't care. And, oh my God, it gets even bad. They do stupid stuff. I don't know if I would have a better solution to their problem, but it made no sense what they were doing, or even the resolution at the end. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm like blaring up so bad. I feel like I'm in a disco. It's the time to disco. It's the time to disco. There's no proper resolution in this movie. It starts decent and takes a horrible drop down. And you feel that thud when it, I don't know, when just painful. Just painful. So those were my top 5 movies, which I would recommend. I think anyone. I don't know. Highway is a little I could understand if someone doesn't like Highway. So that one is like this to me. I know, so I can understand if someone doesn't like Bang Bang. That's also like this for me. But I would still recommend those movies. If someone's looking for a good movie, I can recommend those 5. These 5, oh my goodness. Torture, weapons of torture. You could use this to get information out of people. Just stop it. Stop it. Anyway, so bye.